your Philadelphia Eagles are down in Brazil, Sao Paulo, with the Green Bay Packers. 5:20 on the West Coast again. You gotta download Peacock for this one. We gotta alert everyone.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, if you're in the local markets, you should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable act of courage from the commissioner here. I'm not going to get in the way of him. Not going to be a human shield. Philly -2.5 here. Sean, we discussed this back in the summer. It was -1. We've seen a lot of the action happen recently. Philly -2.5, -144 on the money line. Green Bay +122. 48.5 is the total. And I think, the story here probably is, I think a lot of people realized the Eagles are good. Like we saw the division market very kind of calmly shift over the summer from Cowboys to Eagles. We've seen the Eagles take a lot of money in the futures markets for conference and for Super Bowl, like yourself, of course. So that's trickled down into the game market. We're seeing this probably almost to where it probably should be, which is at -3 in my opinion. I will say this about the Eagles. I trust this Eagles team to travel and show up with their ground game before I trust Jordan Love and his half-season heroics from last year showing up internationally and getting it restarted as the highest-paid quarterback in the National Football League.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll let you chime in, but I'll be the first to say I probably regret a little bit not taking the Eagles earlier. I do think this is probably going to turn out to be a good spot. I do think the field will become a story. I do think something will happen in country that will become a story that's not football. But at the end of the day, I think they'll come back to the States. Only a couple guys will have shit themselves. Hopefully nothing comes in contagion style and infects the entire city of Philadelphia.
No one's eating any bats.
That would be
there.
horrible. Hopefully not. I don't. The offensive lineman can be weird sometimes, but I think you got to get this before it gets to 3. I think it does get to 3.
Yeah. See, I think if it gets to 3, there's going to be buyback on the Packers. I think if you're hanging to 3, I think there's going to be a lot of people getting down the Packers. It feels like it's going to settle at 2.5.
I disagree.
Okay.
Because I think the public and I think a lot of people will be on Philly. I think I think you've seen it in every single.
What do the betting splits look like?
So Philly, you didn't see the public sticker on the card there, but very close. 69% of the bets, 77% of the handle, which exactly kind of tells you that's a rare time where the bigger bets are coming in, the total bets are coming in. It's why the line moved. So sure, some of that action certainly was probably at pick 1, 2, but I don't think this is going to be one of those where it sits and holds at 2.5. I don't, and I think it's gonna because people are going to think about how, in general, these international fields have not been great for like high flying games.
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone likes the over, but I feel like anytime we play these games in the soccer stadium, it's a sloppy-ish field. Which
some things like they got to change cleats. We're going to hear about some fucking cleat length.
I think it's always any international plays. I'm always looking towards 1, the under, and then 2, the favorites. In international series, Ryan, favorites are 33, 10-1 straight up, 29 and 15 ATS. And you've been banging on the drum that something bad's going to happen, that people don't want to play there.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you didn't bring this up because our buddy, the coach of the Packers, Matt LaFleur.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I don't know if you remember, but he was notoriously bitter and hated the trip to London. The Packers went over there and got beat by your Giants, Ryan. They're one of the rare upsets. And he was bitching about his
Giants
body clock. He complained about the fact that he missed one of his own team meetings because his sleep schedule was off. If there's any team that's unprepared, it's gonna be the Green Bay Packers. Eagles got Big Dom. He knows how to handle himself in foreign countries. They're gonna go down there and they're gonna take care of business. Also, if you're looking at the home angle. Now, yes, I don't want to waste a home angle in Brazil, but if I'm being optimistic as an Eagles fan, The Eagles are going to be using the home locker in this Brazil stadium, which is completely soundproof. Guys will be able to focus. You'll be able to make adjustments. The visitors' locker room in this stadium, they designed it so all the sound from the crowd funnels into the locker room. And soccer teams that have played there have described what a huge pain in the ass it is trying to.
Matt LaFleur is gonna be pissed.
He's gonna be so angry. See, Ryan, this I thought you were going to be all over that with the Matt LaFleur and the Giants winning, and the Eagles will be wearing black, which is the same color jersey as the home team. Soccer. I don't know soccer, but I think they will.
Football.
I think they will get the home crowd. Now, Brazil aside, which again, it'll be they'll get some fun shots of Christ the Redeemer. You get Tarico talking about some ladies on the beach, and then it'll be football as usual. Quinyon Mitchell, I'm very excited for him, and I think if I had to predict one guy to get an interception, I think it's going to be Quinyon Mitchell. And if you intercept Jordan Love, you have a great chance of winning the game. Jordan Love was 1-7 in games where he threw an interception. And then on the other side, I just think the Eagles receivers are going to be able to take advantage of the cornerbacks of the Packers. I think AJ Brown is going to be incredibly tough to guard. Like, pick your poison. Are you going to sit back in coverage and then give Saquon Barkley a light box to run in? Jalen Hurts to run around. I think that's crazy. If you're going to try and slide coverage to AJ Brown, good luck. We got Devonta Smith. We got Dallas Goedert. There's a lot of outs. The pre-snap motion with Kellen Moore, I think it's going to create a ton of opportunities. If I was concerned about one thing, Gary D lineman for the Packers is pretty good. Obviously Cam Jurgens, who is the Eagles heir apparent to Jason Kelce. The Eagles will be missing Jason Kelce, Hall of Fame offensive lineman, but they do retain 4 of their offensive line starters. One of the best offensive line coaches in the game, Jeff Stoutland. And I'm optimistic their offensive line is going to be pretty good, but if the O-line goes wrong with interior pressure, if they struggle with blitz pickups, which was a big problem last year, I think that's how this game gets wonky. Or on the other side, the secondary. I'm really happy with what they did with the secondary. You got Reed Blankenship, you got Isaiah, not Eli Rogers, and then you got Darius Slay, who's still got some juice. Quinyon Mitchell in the nickel. And they brought CJ GJ back, who was very good. Him and Reed Blankenship, like that. The secondary was really the issue. Maybe they can't get a pass rush. Maybe the Packers offensive line will dominate, but I think my biggest concern would be interior pressure from the Packers. But I'm optimistic. And Nick Sirianni, say what you will, he's done well in opening games, 3-0 straight up in openers. So I think they roll.
Get you caught up on the chat. Let's see here. We got Magic Man chiming in.
Oh, well, come on. You bring up the Packers guy, Ryan.
Looking like
I love Magic Man Blanco, but come on.
Saying the only one to have an interception is Hurts. We got Dick Puncher saying the Packers are the most popular team in Brazil.
That's not what my sources say.
No lies, saying Freddie Kitchens is greater than Nick Sirianni. They're really coming after you. And then we got a comment about this isn't a Joe Barry shitty defense anymore. Let me chime in on this one, because I believe their defensive coordinator was former head coach of Boston College, who Boston College has taken a slight step up since this man left town. So yeah, I think in general defenses are harder to get going right away. So any expectation the change of a defensive system is going to click right away, especially with some of what Sean said. I will say, Sean, I did also hear the Packers kind of talk about their lessons learned from the trip last year. And so,
well, Eagles have done well internationally too. I guess it's just one game they've played,
but yeah, in general, the idea that, I would say that, maybe they learned from their mistakes. They seem to be a slightly intelligent organization, but to what you're saying, the locker room thing is quite amusing. And I'm out on Jordan Love. Sorry.